And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for today's episode of Disney Plus's Marvel's What If Season 3 Episode 1, titled What If the Hulk Fought the Mechs? That's right, What If Season 3 is officially here after a pretty cool Season 2. I really enjoy Season 2 of What If. If you don't know what If is basically different situations of the Avengers dealing with situations in the multiverse. Not exactly in the main 616 timeline, but different iterations of what the Avengers are. What if the Avengers were zombies? What if the Hulk never became the Hulk? Things like that. So in this episode, we get to see what if the Hulk fought the mechs. So we live in a world where the Avengers are like super popular. Everybody knows them. They're on cereal boxes. They're making cartoons. They're making specials. And the Avengers, they always, keep their cautions with the Hulk. What if he snapped one day and all that, World War Hulk and all that. So, they always keep their caution. But something happened where the Hulk, Bruce Banner, he's trying to keep a low profile. He just doesn't want to be the Hulk anymore. But, it's a curse that he's got to live with. And in this episode, we get to see what he does if he decides to, you know what, it's time for me to take out this Hulk problem and maybe I could be normal again. Well, does not really work out for him. And in this situation, he decides to take in more gamma radiation, figuring overloading the Hulk's gamma radiation power maybe explodes him or separates him. That way Banner doesn't have to deal with him. He can be smart, do his own thing. Now obviously we've seen that in 616 where Hulk did that to himself. Instead of maybe separating between the two of them, he became Professor Hulk, which a lot of us don't really like. I don't really mind it, but still. So in this situation, instead of getting rid of the Hulk, he kind of creates a third Hulk in a way. And in this one, he's got all the rage and anger of the Hulk without actually having Banner's consciousness. So at this point, he's just a big green rage monster who's the size of Godzilla, literally. And this version of this Hulk decides to just bring out a whole bunch of baby Hulks, and they terrorize the entire planet, and the Avengers try to go out to try to stop this thing, and they die. Most of them. Captain America, Iron Man builds Hulkbuster armors for all of them, and they all get wiped out. Black Widow, Hawkeye, Thor, Captain America, Bucky, Steve, and Thor, of course. They all get wiped out from the face of the earth. Dead. So we move 10 years later, the war still continues, and now we got Bucky, we have Red Guardian, we have Okoye, we have Shang-Chi, Sam is the leader as Captain America now, and they're all trying to just fight these monsters and keep them dealt with. Kind of like Pacific Rim, where, they have these mechs to take on these monsters all the time. They just show up to, try to fight them and keep them at bay. And, you have Banner, who kind of feels guilty for what he did. He goes into Secure Island, away from people, and he just lives there. Minds his own business. They don't bother anybody. But the team is at a point now, they got these mechs, and they trying to fight this giant Hulk problems. And they can't do it. They need help. They go to Banner. Banner's like, I can't help you, but I could give you something that could give you an edge. Gives them a computer chip, and let's just say these mechs become freaking Gundam / Power Rangers, as the mechs become one big giant robot to try to take on the alpha leader of these, these main creatures. And we get that. And yeah, that's basically the gist of this episode. I'm going to be honest with you. I was excited for season 3 because I really like What If. I didn't like this episode. To me, I don't know why, but this episode felt really silly to me. This episode, if you really pay attention to this episode, you're basically watching Godzilla King of the Monsters as an animated cartoon thing. Now hear me out. Now remember, Godzilla King of the Monsters, what happens? Godzilla wakes up, does his thing, and then everybody comes out. Ghidorah, Mothra, you know, Rodan, they all come out, they all start wrecking things. So that's exactly what happens here. You got this big monster, and you got these little monsters coming out, and there's only one thing to do. You have Godzilla, or in this case, Hulk, real Hulk, supercharge himself to the size of Godzilla to fight this other Godzilla type monster and be like, yo, I'm the alpha male here. And all the little babies, you guys come with me. We're going to go to our island and we're going to leave everybody on. I'm going to save the day. That's exactly what happens here. Because what happens in Godzilla King of the Monsters? Godzilla beats everybody. Everybody bows to him. No, obviously except King Kong, but that's different. You know what I'm talking about just for that movie. Godzilla wins. He beats everybody. And all the monsters go back to their own places and they don't mess with Godzilla ever again. That's exactly what happens here in this episode. The Hulk grows to the size of Godzilla. He fights his other Godzilla-looking Hulk, beats him, and then the other, little Hulk monsters, they follow Hulk, and then Hulk leads them to the island so that way they won't bother people anymore and they won't get bothered anymore. And that's it. That's basically it. The reason I didn't like about this episode wasn't because, it felt like, King of the Monsters. I just don't understand why certain characters with powers would need Hulk monster machines to fight big monsters like that. Yeah, I get it. They're huge. They're big monsters. We've seen Hulk fight bigger guys than him, right? Remember Surtur? He fought Surtur, remember? Remember that big monster? He don't have a problem with that. I can understand a Hawkeye, a Black Widow, sure. But why does Thor need a Hulk buster armor? He's Thor. He's fought monsters bigger than he has before. So I don't get it. Yeah, sure. They're the size of the sky themselves, and they're huge. I get it. Why did Thor need one? Why does Shang-Chi need one? Why does Monica Rambeau need one? Now, if this is Monica Rambeau without the powers, then I could be like, okay, makes sense. She's a soldier. Give her the mech. But if she has her photon powers, she don't even, it's like giving Captain Marvel a suit. If Captain Marvel was here, why would she need one? There's a good comic book right now in DC where obviously the Justice League are fighting Godzilla and King Kong. And they're getting beat up, sure. But not all of them are using mechs to stop them because they're the size of buildings. Oh, Superman's doing Superman things. Batman's in his suit, obviously, because he's Batman. So him having a suit makes sense. Just like Iron Man having a Hulk buster suit, maybe the size of a building makes sense. But Thor, obviously Captain America too needs one. Sam definitely, and Winter Soldier too, sure. Those guys, but the ones with the actual godlike powers, they need mech suits to beat these things. Didn't make no sense to me, but regardless. It's a cartoon. I'm not going to go cuckoo crazy about it, but still. It just felt really weird to me. Animation's still great. I love the animation in this show. It's so cool. But, one episode out of what? We have, 20 episodes in total of both seasons so far? It's going to be bound to have one episode I didn't like. This is the one. So, I didn't like it. You like it? Awesome. That's great. Cool. I'm glad you did. I am very looking forward to seeing the other episodes. I saw the listing. I'm excited for the rest of the season, but we'll see what happens. Look, What If is still a great show, but, it's going to have some episodes that you're not going to like or like more than others. I really love the Keon episode from season 2. I also like Marvel Zombies, so, there's those things. So, overall, I'm glad it's back. I didn't like this episode quite as much. To me, it just didn't make any sense. It kind of felt fairly silly, and I don't understand why they keep killing the Avengers off. But whatever. I get it, but whatever. But we just have to see what happens next. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Are you guys watching What If? Never saw it. This is the first. Didn't know it was coming back today. I didn't even know it was coming back today. I thought it was coming back tomorrow, but I saw it on my Disney Plus. I was like, oh shoot, it's back. Might as well go check it out. Apparently, it's going to be weekly. So, I'm not sure if next week it's like every day or every other day they're going to give a new episode. So, I'll come back and do my reviews for all of them if they all drop. Not 100% sure, but I'm excited. So leave a comment below. Let me know. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.